We hear how Joplin's new mask mandate will be enforced. A petition seeks to recall the members of the Joplin City Council who voted in favor of the mandate.
We speak with local health officials on following CDC guidelines when traveling this holiday season. I'm Caitlin Shive. That's coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
News of a third promising coronavirus vaccine is bringing hope that the end of the pandemic could be in sight. This is KOAM News at 10. In the meantime, cases are surging across the U.S. and pandemic-weary Americans are on the move. The TSA says more than 3 million people were screened at checkpoints this weekend. Nearly 48 million are expected to drive somewhere. All this as COVID-19 infections soar to an all-time high, averaging more than 170,000 per day. Health officials are concerned this week's gatherings will intensify the surge.
It's a natural reaction to say, now, wait a minute, I know these people, they're friends, they're coming in. You tend to almost intuitively and instinctively let your guard down.
Even with the surge in air travel, the number of people flying is still down by half compared to last year. As Thanksgiving is now only a couple of days away, a lot of people are in the midst of traveling to family gatherings, but local health officials want to be sure they stay safe. KOAM's Caitlin Shive has tips from the health department.
Whether you are traveling by bus, car, or plane, the COVID-19 pandemic is still ongoing, and health officials are recommending following certain guidelines to keep you and your family safe this Thanksgiving.
Avoid going inside of gas stations if you can. Carry some hand sanitizer with you, some sanitation wipes, wipe down gas pumps. If you have to stop along the way to eat, of course the safest way is going to be if you pack your own food. Second safest way would be to go through a drive-through.
The CDC has official recommendations on their site regarding travel for Thanksgiving, like checking travel restrictions, getting a flu shot before travel, wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, avoid touching your mask, eyes, mouth, or nose, bring extra supplies, and know when to delay your travel.
If you're ever on the CDC side, it is very large. There's a lot of layers to it, but we ask individuals to use common sense.
And to have those conversations if there are concerns ahead of time with family you plan on traveling to or who are traveling to you.
I think it is important to have a frank conversation. Ask them, if you are sick, stay home.
Joplin Health Director Ryan Talkin stresses the importance of staying safe during this time, not only for your own health, but the rest of the community as well.
Joplin and actually the majority of the state of Missouri in a red zone, which means it's at the highest risk. So yeah, there is concern.
In Joplin, Caitlin Shive, KOAM News.
You can find more information on our website, koamnewsnow.com. A Joplin woman has started a petition to recall members of the City Council who voted for the new mask mandate. 6 of 9 council members voted in favor of that mandate last Thursday. Petition organizer Abby Covington believes the council members should be removed from office for failing to protect the federal and state constitutional rights of citizens. She says the petition needs more than 7,600 signatures to force a recall vote. Covington hopes to collect enough signatures to have that recall vote in April. Joplin City officials today held a briefing discussing several topics, including that mask mandate. The mandate went into effect last Thursday following that special meeting of the City Council. A lot of members of the public have spoken out in support of and in opposition to the mandate, and many wonder how the city can enforce it. City leaders say the ordinance spells out enforcement, but it all comes back to the businesses.
So our accountability is going to come first to the businesses. Are you doing what we've asked you to do? And really it's mainly just posting the sign. If businesses want the police to partner with them, and if they have a challenge with a patron, the police will absolutely respond to that. The businesses do have the ability to request that support.
We reached out to Captain Will Davis at the Joplin Police Department, who responded by saying, quote, "Our primary goal is educating the public on the ordinance. Our goal with this has not changed from the last time the city enacted this ordinance. We feel this ordinance is very clear. Kansas is preparing to launch a media campaign aimed at getting more of its residents to wear masks. Some officials are skeptical that it'll make much difference. The state has set aside $1.5 million for television, radio, print, and social media ads promoting masks. Those ads are set to start before Thanksgiving. But some officials worry that resistance to masks is driven by politics, and others suggest that people already are bombarded with pro-mask messages. The Kansas legislature plans to spend about $3 million on technology upgrades. Its leaders hope people will be able to watch committee hearings and other functions even if they can't leave their homes because of the pandemic. The upgrades are designed to ensure the legislative committee rooms and even conference spaces are outfitted with audio-visual equipment to broadcast events to the public. The move comes as top lawmakers are starting to consider exactly how the legislature will conduct business after it convenes its next annual session in January. The upgrades will include better support for meetings conducted with video conferencing. A third vaccine to prevent the coronavirus could be available as early as next month. AstraZeneca says large-scale trials show the vaccine prevents more than 70% of people from getting COVID. That number jumps up to 90% if half the dose is used, followed by a booster shot of a full dose. The vaccine, developed by Oxford University and manufactured by AstraZeneca, can be stored in the fridge, unlike the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, which require ultra-cold temperatures. Doug Hetty joins us now with the first look at the weather from his house. Doug.
Hey, Dal. Kind of a dreary day for us today. Temperatures really didn't warm up much. We only made it up to 53 degrees. We started cold this morning at 30 degrees, but right about where we should be. Our average high is 55. Socked in with the clouds all day long. And now we have started to see a few light little showers trying to get going in our far northern counties. I really think most of us are going to stay dry tonight, except our northern counties are going to pick up a little bit of rain. You can see majority of the rain as well to our north, northern Missouri, then up through parts of Iowa where it turns to snow. Next system, main system, now kicking out into the central parts of the Rockies, and that's the one that's going to affect us over the next couple days. Temps holding near 50. I think we'll drop back into the mid-40s. Later on tonight, a southeasterly wind kind of keeping those temperatures up just a bit at about 10 to 15. Down to 46, 48 by 9. A little warmer tomorrow, about 56 degrees, but showers and thunderstorms will start to increase. We're going to be talking about this and Thanksgiving here in just a bit.
All right, catch you then. Thanks, Doug. McDonald County, Missouri authorities released the name of the suspect and the victim in a weekend shooting death. Prosecutor's office today charged Shantavian Thomas of Knoll with second-degree murder. Thomas is accused of shooting and killing Jonathan Arianos of Knoll at a Knoll apartment complex yesterday morning. Still ahead, the Trump administration gives the go-ahead for the transition process to officially begin. And later, how you can take care of some Christmas shopping while supporting the local arts community.
Home Store. This is home.
This evening, the General Services Administration notified President-elect Biden's team that it'll begin the formal transition process. Comes as the former vice president announces some historic cabinet nominees. Natalie Brand is at the White House with the latest.
President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris met virtually with the U.S. Conference of Mayors Monday.
The Biden-Harris administration will have an open door for mayors.
Before the meeting, the former vice president released the names of his picks for several key posts. Mr. Biden has chosen Tony Blinken for Secretary of State, Jake Sullivan as National Security Advisor, and Linda Thomas Greenfield to become the next U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. Alejandro Mayorkas is the first Latino American and immigrant nominated as Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, while Avril Haines has been tapped to become the first woman nominated for Director of National Intelligence.
Why'd you go with national security first?
Because it's national security.
After a standoff of more than 2 weeks, the General Services Administration has given the go-ahead to begin the formal transition process. On Twitter, President Trump says his case strongly continues, but he's now telling the GSA administrator to do what needs to be done.
Michigan's Board of Canvassers voted Monday to certify former Vice President Joe Biden won the state. It also passed a motion calling on the state legislature to investigate the election. The first family has made few public appearances since election night, but they are now preparing for the holidays. Monday, First Lady Melania Trump received the White House Christmas tree, and on Tuesday, President Trump is expected to participate in the annual Thanksgiving turkey pardon. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
In a statement, a Biden-Harris transition team official says in the days ahead, the team will, quote, begin meeting with federal officials to discuss the pandemic response, have a full accounting of our national security interests, and gain complete understanding of the Trump administration's efforts to hollow out government agencies. Doug Heddy is up next with his complete forecast, and a little bit later on KOAM News at 10. The Kansas City Chiefs won a nail-biter against their rivals, the Las Vegas Raiders, last night. We're going to have post-game reaction in sports.
Queso burger for just $3 today.
Well, it turned out to be kind of a gloomy day. Had a little bit of sunshine during the morning hours and then just cloudy skies all day long. Most of us dry, but our temperatures, they did struggle to warm up as we only went into lower 50s for highs. Great time lapse, though. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course. Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, high temperatures near 50 in our northern counties and then mid-50s as you work a little bit farther toward the south. But we really haven't dropped off much. Most of us still sitting at about the same temperature, 50, 51 degrees, as our temps just aren't going to drop off too much tonight due to a south wind, which has been kicking in at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. And this will keep our temperatures up just a little bit for us tonight. But you can see the flag blowing in the picture, or the tower cam, which is looking east from our station. 51, south winds 10 to 15. Humidity is at 54%. We've had the clouds all day long, but you can see over the past couple hours some light little showers popping up in our northern counties, mainly Pittsburgh, Girard, Fort Scott, Nevada, over towards Chanute and Yates Center. These are very light, but they are going to be out there, some scattered light showers for us tonight. I think everybody else who lives farther south than that will mainly stay dry. Most of the action has been across northern Missouri, Iowa, and parts of Illinois, but the main system now starting to turn out through the central parts of the Rockies. You can actually see it right across parts of Utah, and this is going to give us good rain chances as we work through the next 36 hours. So let's step through time. Some random light showers tonight, especially in the northern half of the region. Everybody else should mainly stay dry. We'll drop back mid-40s for overnight lows, then scattered showers, even a few scattered thunderstorms picking up through the morning hours. These are going to be hit and miss all day long, just kind of hit and miss showers, maybe a random thunder shower. Temperatures a little bit warmer, but I still think mainly mid to upper 50s. We'll start at 46, 53 by noon. High temp right around 56. Also kind of windy, those south winds 15 to 25. Now tomorrow evening, late evening into the overnight hours, so 9, 10, 11, midnight, we'll get a round of showers and thunderstorms. Some of these storms could be strong or even maybe low-grade severe. So we'll keep our eyes on that. And then mainly just a few morning showers on Wednesday, a lot of clouds sticking around and temperatures a little bit cooler. All right, severe threat tomorrow. Again, all of us, it's very low. I think the best threat is in northeastern Oklahoma, but of course, we'll keep our eyes on this as we go through the daytime hours tomorrow. Rainfall, we should pick up a half an inch, maybe upwards to an inch of rain with some of those storms that roll through. Heavier rainfall amounts are going to be along and north of the Interstate 44 for us over the next 36 hours. 56 tomorrow, 52 on Wednesday. Let's go into Thanksgiving. I know it's an odd 2020, just an odd year all around, but if you are getting together with family, friends, maybe even outdoors, Thanksgiving looks great. 58 by noon, high temp is 63. Backing down to 55 by 6 p.m. And then the rest of the holiday weekend mainly dry, a little bit cooler, but still really not that bad. And Dow, Thanksgiving, you really couldn't ask for a better day.
As you say, some people might be using the outdoors to help with their social distancing, and if so, I guess that's an option for some.
Yeah, it looks great.
Thanks, Doug. The Neosho Arts Council has a way for you to check off some items from your Christmas list and support the community. The council is hosting an art auction on its website. They call it the Silent Night Holiday Art Auction. Portion of the proceeds do go to the artist, but the remainder will be used to help the council reach its fundraising goal of $40,000. And that money is to be spent restoring 3 historic Neosho murals.
Continuing on with our normal programming and our restoration efforts is just something we were normally going to be doing. And I think that's important, but doing it in a manner that's safe so as to respect the situation we're currently in.
That auction runs through December 11th. It's going to be a little bit less expensive, to fish in Kansas starting next year. The Kansas Wildlife Parks and Tourism Commission has announced several changes related to outdoor recreation. Among them, the cost of a one-day fishing license has been reduced to $6 from $8.50. That change takes effect on January 1st. Major League Baseball has announced a tentative date for the Field of Dreams game. The game, featuring the Chicago White Sox and New York Yankees, will mark the first ever Major League game to be played in Iowa. It was originally set to be played on August 13th, but it was postponed by the pandemic. It's now set for August 12th of next year. MLB built a temporary ballpark in Dyersville near the site where the iconic 1990 movie Field of Dreams was filmed. The game will be nationally televised on Fox. Still ahead, post-game reaction after the Chiefs got their revenge against the Raiders. And the Joplin girls basketball team hosts East Newton for the Eagles home opener. We're going to have the highlights.
Doug Hetty has earned the GMC.
The Joplin girls basketball team is 1-0 to start the season. Now, on Friday night, those Eagles beat Cassville in their season opener in their first game under head coach Luke Floyd. Tonight, it's the home opener for Joplin. Floyd and the Eagles welcome in the East Newton Patriots. First quarter, Alyssa Coffey to McKenna Brazier. Game tied early. Other end, Bailey Ledford straight to the rim with the left. Eagles lead 10-3 after one. A second quarter, that's when Joplin really turned it on. Emma Floyd in the lane. She had a team-high 12. And it's Izzy Eust collecting the rebound, putting it back. She finished with 8. Finally, that's Serafina Auberry doing work in the paint. Eagles take a 16-point lead at half. They did not let up in the third. Bryn Driver, free ball for the Eagles. Driver finished with 7. 8 players scored tonight for Joplin, 4 with 7 or more. Eagles win their home opener 46-28.
It's great, I guess, if you have a player that scores 30 a game, but I've never had that. So we just teach our girls to do your role. We find the best shot instead of the first shot, and we're doing a really good job of finding our open teammates and knocking them down, and that's a credit to the girls and playing very unselfish.
The Kansas City Chiefs got a little revenge this week. The Chiefs needed the full 60 minutes, but they got by the Raiders 35-31 on Sunday night. Patrick Mahomes did it again on Sunday night for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'd take him over everybody, and I'm lucky to have him. So as we are as a football team, as we are as a city.
After watching the Raiders score the go-ahead touchdown, Mahomes took the field down 3 with less than 2 minutes left, feeling confident.
We're going to score. I just didn't know if it was going to be overtime or we were going to win it.
Like he has plenty of times before, Mahomes brought the Chiefs back, connecting with Travis Kelce for the 22-yard game winner with 28 seconds left on the clock.
Once we got in the field range and we still had time left, I knew that I was going to hope that we had a couple shots at the end zone, and we were able to find Kelce on that last one, and he made a big play.
Kelce finished with a team-high 127 receiving yards on the night, catching 8 of his 10 targets.
He has a great understanding of not only zone and man coverages and how to get himself open, but how to be on the quarterback's timing. And I think that comes from him playing the quarterback position and him having the years and the experience.
On the other side, the defense stopped the Raiders just twice on the night before Daniel Sorensen sealed the deal with an interception on the final drive.
The important thing is that you hang with it in games like this, and you bear down the best you can as time goes on. So, I mean, that's what we did. Defense, they bared down when needed most.
That's a great football team. Teams beat a lot of good football teams, including ourselves. And we needed everything we had to win this football game.
The Chiefs are now 9-1 on the year. They'll be back on the field next Sunday on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Try a delicious apple fritter.
Take time now to honor a local veteran, Sergeant Richard Totman. The Arcadia, Kansas native served in the U.S. Army, and we are proud to salute Sergeant Richard Totman. He's tonight's 4-state hero. You can learn about lots of other heroes from all across this area. You know, you can also submit a hero of your own anytime, any veteran or currently serving service member with ties to the 4 states. You just go to our website. It's KOAMnewsnow.com. The rapper Snoop Dogg today helped hand out free Thanksgiving meals in the Los Angeles area. 2,500 families got food from this drive-through event at SoFi Stadium, where the Chargers and Rams play. Snoop Dogg often helps with Thanksgiving giveaways in the area. This year, the turkeys and other food items come from Don Lee Farm, the Regional Food Bank, Pepsi, and Frito-Lay.
I love the personal side of it, to be up close and personal, for people to see me, touch me, take pictures with me, to be able to know that I really care, and it's not just me writing a check or me saying that I'm about the cause, but me really being about the cause and coming out here, putting my foot on the pavement and making it move.
The drive-through ran for 3 hours. Good to see people reaching out. Always a lot of people in need, particularly in the holidays and particularly this year. Check back in with Doug Hetty now for a final look at the weather.
All right, Dow, it looks pretty good. We're going to have the clouds tonight. There could be a few random showers in our northern counties. 56 tomorrow. We're going to have on and off showers, maybe even a thunder shower, but thunderstorms tomorrow night. And then cooling down on Wednesday. But look at Thanksgiving. The turkey's happy until he's on for a couple days. And a high temp of 63.
Yeah, the turkey doesn't know what's in store. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.
If you see news happening